All right, so this is problem 4.2.91, and they tell us that the mass of Venus is about 4.871 times 10 to the 21 metric tons, which is a little bit hard to fathom. But anyways, the mass of the Sun is about 1.998 times 10 to the 27th metric tons. And we want to know about how many times the mass of Venus is the mass of the Sun. Okay, so this is really just a division problem. If the Sun is, is this much, and Venus is this much, if I take this number, this 1.998 times 10 to the 27th, and divide it by the 4.871 times 10 to the 21, then I'll be able to figure out how many Venuses there are in the Sun, essentially. And so if we do that division, what we're going to do is divide these numbers separately from doing the division of these numbers of the scientific, since these are in scientific notation. So what we'll do with the base 10 numbers is we're going to use the quotient rule, and then we'll divide these separately. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the 1.998 on my calculator and then just divide by 4.871, and I get 0.41018. And then, excuse me, and then if I'm using the quotient rule here, this is times 10 to the 27 minus 21. Okay, so let me write that out a little bigger. I can't really see it. Okay, all right, now, oops, this is 1/8. A couple of things. So this, first of all, let's just simplify this. 27 minus 21 is just 6. Okay. And this is not in scientific notation, and they wanted us to leave this in scientific notation, so we're going to have to put it there. They also asked us to round to the nearest thousandth, so, this is, well, let's see. They wanted nearest thousandth. Okay, so we're gonna be rounding right here, so it's gonna be point. Well, actually, let's go ahead and convert it first. So first of all, let's move the decimal one position to put this in scientific notation. So this becomes 4.10, and then if we're rounding it to the nearest thousandth, the 8's going to move that 1 up to a 2. Okay, and because we made this number bigger right here, so essentially what I did was I added a tenth. Then to balance it, I'm going to have to take away a tenth from my my scientific notation number. Okay, so our answer here would actually be 4.102 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, so just to explain that again, what I've done here is by moving this decimal place over 1, the reason that I did that was to put this in scientific notation, because remember, scientific notation is a number between 1 and 10. And then what I've done in order to do that is I've essentially added a tenth, or I shouldn't say added a tenth, but a factor of 10 to this. It means I need to take away a factor of 10 here in order to balance it. So you could also think of it as borrowing a factor of 10 from here and moving it to here. Okay. If I were to multiply this 0.41018 number by 10, I would get 4.102 when it's rounded. And so one of these 10s has moved over here, so I've got to subtract that from here. Okay, so that would be our answer right there.